one of our segments that we will be doing on movies and everything like that. Of course, I'm Wayne. This is my wife, Deborah. And together we are the Hollies. And so what this is what we like to call HolleyReviews, where we, a movie that we go see. We're going to sit here and tell y'all our opinions of the movie, of course, whether we thought it was good or not so good. We both have strong opinions.
Right.
So, some things that she catches like and I might not like, or I might like and she don't like. So, without further ado, the movie that we will be talking about today, as our shirt's probably already given.
There it is.
Is The Lion King, the new non-animated edition, I guess. Live action edition. And as you know, shirts represent some of probably our best favorite songs of the movie, like this right here. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. I'm already a King Leo shit,
Oh my God.
Shout out to all my Leos out there. Shout out to all of you.
Yeah,
Well, ain't no king?
Huh?
Well, ain't no king?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
All the Leo stuff.
Wow. Anyway. So, I guess I want to say that I did enjoy the movie. We actually would have seen the movie almost 2 weeks ago when it first came out. But
last Thursday night.
You should have last
I'm
Thursday?
positive.
Well, whenever it came out, I guess it was last Thursday. Feel like it's been a couple weeks because we was waiting to do the critique so that, no any spoilers or whatever. We didn't want to, even though people have seen The Lion King, but there was some changes and some differences in this one that if we had talked about it would have been spoilers.
Right.
So, for instance, like I said, I enjoyed the movie, but there were little things that they changed that we felt like they shouldn't have changed.
Right. Like if you're a Lion King connoisseur, like I know some people have watched the original Lion King probably thousands of times. There'll be some parts up in the live action version that you'll be like, I don't know why they took that out, or some pieces where they put in where you'd be like, yeah, they should have left it the way it was. So
yeah, technically, if you were to get the animated version and a live action version and play them simultaneously, it would almost be identical in most parts, except they changed some of the dialogue and key doggone phrases that we were looking for and wanted to hear. If you're going to keep it where it's almost identical aesthetically to the original, why change some of the words? You want to give an example? I got one in mind. But.
Well, there's just the part where, one part that's sticking out to me is when Mufasa was run over by the wildebeest in the gorge, and Simba finally finds him after the whole stampede takes place, and he starts yelling, "Help somebody!" And he looks around, he says, "Anybody," and then Scar shows up.
They cut the "anybody" out.
Right. He just says, "Help somebody, help me," or something to that effect. So it kind of took away from the loneliness Simba was feeling out there with his dad dead, and he needs help and nobody's out there. So they kind of just, I don't know. To me, that kind of took away from what the original.
Yeah, it took away the heart pull in that moment. Like he was helpless, like anybody, and it kind of took that away from it. And then they actually, like when we was watching the other day, the cartoon version, they changed everything that, what Scar said to him going up into the gorge. It was okay. Some things they changed, it was okay. Like Star was trying to teach him how to use his roar or his voice and stuff. Like they took that little part from the cartoon and made the whole reason why he brought him out there for that, to make his dad happy and all that kind of stuff. So that was a good part. Some things that Zazu did and didn't say But one of my biggest things that they took away as far as dialogue would be with the hyenas.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Like they changed the dynamic of them kind of because
Right.
the hyenas were almost like the comic relief,
Right.
and they
Especially
had moments.
Shinzai,
Yeah,
because the original was played by Whoopi Goldberg, so she's a comedian.
yeah,
So her character on the original, she was saying all of these punchlines, and the other hyenas. Well, Ed didn't talk, but Bonsai would kind of play off of her. But they changed her around. It wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, to me, in the cartoon, I mean, hopefully they've seen it now.
Yeah.
But in the cartoon, she straddled that line of funny and serious,
right.
Well, and on this one, they just gave her a serious tone the whole time and demented or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the classic line where they're teasing at Scar about him not being scary, but it was like just the thought of
just to hear
the word Mufasa, the name Mufasa make you scared. Ooh, say it again. They cut that totally out. Like,
right. I mean, everybody knows the line, ooh, Mufasa, say it again, ooh, Mufasa. And like, they cut it out. To me, that just took away from that whole little part. Yeah. Because, like I said, if you've watched The Lion King as many times as I know some people have, you were expecting that part. And it didn't come. Yeah. It was like demented Shinzai who was serious about trying to kill Mufasa and trying to take over with Scar and everything. And it just it took away from that whole
Scar's
part.
Little banter with the hyenas.
Right.
It took away a little bit, even in the song, they changed some things in what's the name of the song? Beware.
Be prepared.
Be prepared.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
He didn't even really sing it, although I know the guy that spoke for this Scar isn't a singer or whatever. He just kind of talked it more like it was spoken word or something instead of like being a song.
Yeah. But for the most part, I give them credit on that. That's one of the good things. The songs still resonated. They still did good jobs and they left all the songs in that I can think. Of course, Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, of course.
They didn't, they didn't change much in that one. They did some other little playing on it, like Seth Rogen and whoever the other dude was that played Timon did good jobs. Playing Timon and Pumbaa, I think. Mm-hmm. And they took some. I mean, they stayed true to a lot of the stuff with them, like when Simba ate the worm and squishy, that's satisfying or something.
Yeah, grubs.
yeah. So I mean, they did all that, but one other thing that we felt like they should have changed was little stuff like when Nyla pinned Simba.
Right, that was another thing. And how the original Nyla, when she pinned him, she said, pinned you. And then she did it again, and she said, pinned you again, with that little attitude.
Yeah.
This little time was just like, I pinned you again. It's like, I don't know. To me, it just kind of took away. I feel like the person who was playing her in this live action should have had that little attitude like the original Nyla in the cartoon did.
I mean, they kind of still let them make it their own in a way, but some stuff, you just stick with it. Like, when I say how she pinned him, when she normally, in the cartoon version, she pinned him on top of him, like pinned him, pushed his shoulders down. This one, she's like on the side of him, pinned him to the side or something. Even when they were, older, and she supposedly pins him and he realizes it's Nyla, it don't have the same effect when she ain't on top of him looking down at him, like,
And I don't know, maybe they cut that part out because of insinuations that people could get from it. But the original had it in there, so
the whole cartoon was they put it in there. So I don't know. And then she didn't even, I guess, even to go with what you're saying about the innuendos or whatever, like the Nyla eyes. Everybody knows Nyla gave Simba the eyes when she was. I mean, that's not in there.
That's what we did.
Like I said, it's just little things in there that I felt like them leaving out took away from character development. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that we knew, and like, I mean, they made Ed, I don't even think his name was Ed on this one. Like, he called it the hyena Ed.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't think they called him Ed, but you know they talked, and him and the guy, the other one who advises you what it says, his name was yeah, I don't know. I had to get back into it. Light went out. But all right, like we were saying, as far as with the hyenas and the character development and everything, they didn't do the playing off of, you know, with Ed and the other guy. They did a little bit of the banter with them, but the whole tone of the hyenas was different on this one. Like,
yeah.
Like even when in the live action version where they're chasing after Scar,
tells them to kill him, and
Yeah.
he goes into the thorny bushes. He falls in there, and then one of the hyenas falls in. I don't remember which one. I think it was Bonsai.
and the Whoopi Goldberg is laughing at him. Is like,
Yeah.
I'm not going in there. Which one? You looking like you? When he got all of the thorns sticking in him and stuff, and they see Simba running off.
Right.
And they're like he's good as dead anyway.
And they say, and if you come back, we'll kill you. You heard that? We'll kill you.
They didn't. None of that's in the live action.
Right.
Like they don't even see him. They just assume no way he could have survived that fall. They say something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So and speaking to the character development thing, like even with Rafiki, they don't.
Rafiki.
Alright.
Almost 30-some years since
Rafiki.
he came out, you have been calling him Graffiti the whole time.
The doggone orangutan. So I mean,
it's a baboon. He has a pink behind.
He's a monkey. Remember what I was saying? His character development, they left out a lot of the different things he said to Simba. Like when he finds out that, and then they even changed that, like how he discovers that Simba's alive.
Right.
Like, I mean, it may have been better. Like a piece of fur ends up coming to him some kind of way. And the other
but then
one,
they ended up showing that the fur just going through like all of these different changes.
The circle of life.
It's like,
of his fur.
Yeah.
Something ended up eating it and then shitting it out.
Yeah,
and
that was just.
He breaks open the turd.
Yeah. See? Yeah, it's like.
But in the cartoon, he like gets a handful of some leaves and dirt or something and throw it in a bowl. So anyway, but like I was saying, when he speaks to Simba and is like, you know my father? No, correction, I know your father. You know, he's sitting up doing his little yoga or whatever.
Meditating.
Yeah, meditate, but that's not how they did it on there.
Mm-hmm.
And they even left out the whole scene when he hits him in the top of the head and let him know about the past. And he's like, why'd you do that? Like, it doesn't matter. It's in the past. Right. Like, even Rafiki. Even Rafiki's little laugh. Like, it was different on here.
Of course, it's not the same person that was playing him.
But you still can give him that little silly tone. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like he's a spiritual person, but yet silly too and all this kind of stuff. Like, he had a whole personality that they lost a little bit. Like, even when the fight scene in the end when he's fighting hyenas, like he went all Bruce Lee on them damn hyenas in the cartoon. You know what I'm saying? On this one, he just bopped him in the head. But
I don't know. I guess because the director let him ad-lib a lot of stuff. I think that kind of took away from like some of the original. I mean, it's good to do that, but then sometimes if it's based on an original or something and you kind of change it up, people start noticing, especially those people who have watched this, and I know these people
word for word, and you're gonna miss some of the.
They're gonna be like, yeah, they should have left that in there. This is not like the original, and I know it's not gonna be the original, but it's based on that, so you kind of should have, to me,
like I said, you kept everything else the same.
A lot of the nuances that was in the original.
Yeah, and I mean, like some of the ad-libs, like with Seth Rogen playing Pumbaa and Timon, their little plays on each other, it's okay because we don't remember everything. Timon was talking fast. We don't know everything he said from the other characters. So their, dialogue with each other and lines was cool. I mean, Seth Rogen did some good, parts of it or whatever that he added on. But like I said, another classic moment, of course, was when they were supposed to distract the hyenas or whatever, and then he runs off and after he tackles a few of them and everything, then do the whole song, dancing around, enticing them. I'm aching, yep, for some bacon. It went in there. None of that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they could have left it in. Now, the one thing they added with Pumbaa was when he was, I was a young warthog, and they was talking about him, and they cut out saying fart in the cartoon, but they capitalized on the flatulence the whole time.
Because then people were gonna laugh at that.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, so that was a good little addition.
Some reason flatulence is entertaining to people.
Yeah. To fart can be
It is
funny.
what it is.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, overall the movie was good. It's worth going to see.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, there's going to be moments if you are all the way avid Lion King fan, you watched it 100 times as a kid, you're going to notice some of the differences.
Because I found myself sitting in the movie saying lines, and I'm saying lines that the original movie would have, and there's like skipping over, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that just took away, like poking a little hole in the balloon, letting out some of the air. It's like, okay, I was waiting for this. Like, I mean, even when the movie came on and they started with the original song, like I'm singing along with the lyrics and stuff because everybody knows that Circle of Life song and stuff. So
I mean, for the most part, they did good with the music and sticking to
the music
the songs and everything, you know. So they did well with that. Like I said, the things that stuck out, of course, you didn't get the Nyla eyes. She didn't pin him like she did in the one before. You know what I'm saying? Or like the Pinji again.
Yeah, the little attitude with
the
original one, yeah.
And
the hyenas, that was like the biggest thing. Especially Shinzai. Shinzai was like serious but funny. This one they had a just like serious, demented, I want to have this power, rule with Scar, blah blah blah. It's kind of like if you've ever seen the second Lion King. Yeah, and Scar's, I don't know what she was, mistress, whatever. How she was trying to get in power. That's how they had Shinzai basically on this movie. So,
and then another thing, reason why that takes away from it, because like I said, Scar's little banter with them playing around, oh, you guys don't deserve this. Like when he had the zebra leg, I practically gift wrapped those cuz for, you know, them playing around and he feeds them. It's like they were buddies. Scar, you're our buddy. You know what I'm saying? He did all that, which led to the whole scene of the disappointment in them turning on him when he has the conversation with Simba about basically, Simba, forgive me, you know, like he's begging and saying that the hyenas are nothing and all this stuff, and they start to back up, you know, because they're hearing this conversation like, oh, really, Mom? You know what I'm saying? It's like, which leads to them, of course, being okay with attacking and killing Scar. Like, it didn't resonate like that in this one because they had that tone the whole time. You know, it wasn't like they changed on him or felt some kind of way because he switched on them. It was like, you know, it is what it is. You're a lion, we hyenas, and, you know, you ain't got our back no more, whatever the case was. So that was a different tone in that too. But
that's not to say the movie wasn't good, because the movie was good. It's just, you know.
I mean, it's bringing your cartoon to life.
Right.
I mean, so it was good.
It was good.
I enjoyed it.
Yep,
Somebody
I
fell
did
asleep a couple times, but
excuse me, I had to go to work last week, and that we went to the 10 o'clock showing. I can't even be guaranteed to stay up that late watching the movie. Sorry.
All right.
But I stayed up for most of it, only dozed just a little bit.
Yeah, I had to let her know about certain scenes that happened and didn't happen. Like
He's saying
she don't remember.
Plural. I stayed up for most of that movie.
The part where I'm sitting here talking about what they left out with
Rafiki.
With Rafiki, she missed all that. So anyway, well, like I said, I hope y'all have enjoyed this. You know, our little Holly review on movies. This is the first one. Won't be the last, Lord willing. And hey, if you like it, hit the like button, subscribe, and there will be more to come. Anything?
Nope, that's it.
All right.